So hello, Luna here. Today I am going to do watercolors with you, but I'm going to give it a little bit just to see if anyone wants to hop on really quick. So if you are on and you want to tell me your name and where you're from, just so I know who's with me today, but I'll give it a minute or two just to see if anyone wants to join. So again, my name's Luna. Hello. If you want to tell me your name and maybe what your favorite color is, I guess, since we're painting today. So my favorite colors, probably all shades of blue, are pretty great in my book. But looks like we have a couple people, so I'm gonna get started. So today we are gonna be doing watercolor painting, which I think is really fun. And all you need are your watercolors, some water, paintbrushes, and then either watercolor paper, or I just have a thicker piece of paper, which is what I'm going to be using. Hi Elizabeth, purple is also a very good color. My hair is now purple, so I totally agree. And then optional to bring is salt. So I'll show you sort of towards the end what I'm going to do with that. And then also just to sort of show you what I did, I taped down my paper just because when you are using watercolors, your paper's getting wet, so it tends to curl up, and the tape just sort of helps hold it down, and it's really helpful. So I am going to show you how I usually use watercolors. I'm not going to paint like a specific picture. I'm just going to sort of make a mural of colors and then show you what salt does to those things. There is a specific variation of using watercolors that's called wet on wet. And it's basically where you take sort of a bigger brush, so maybe about this size, and you paint a thin layer of water onto your paper, and then you start painting using your watercolors. So I do something like that. I do it slightly different, where I paint first and then I do the excess water. And basically all it does is it sort of helps meld the colors together so they don't bleed too much and make a big murky color. It just sort of dries really nice. So I'm going to angle my thing down again so that you guys can see my painting, and I'm just gonna start. So I have a slightly bigger brush than what comes in the watercolor palette, which is right here. And then I have like a nice big mug of water. And when you're using watercolors, I can kind of show you. So here's my mug. What I do is I just dip it in a little, and then I sort of hit it against the side once so that like the big drop of water goes. And then I come over to whatever color I want, and I try to get it pretty watery, and if it doesn't seem as watery as I want it, I just do another dip, and then I put it back in the color, then I just move it around a bit, and then I'll start in this corner. I'm just gonna sort of paint it down. And when it comes to watercolors, they dry out pretty quick when they're on the brush and going onto the paper, so you have to sort of keep adding the water because when it does start to dry out, sort of like this, if I go here so you can see it, so like this is super wet and watery because I just put a bunch of water on my brush, so it's moving out pretty well, but right here up in this corner it's a lot darker because it wasn't as wet. So one of the things I like about watercolors is you can definitely tell the difference in colors, even though I use red on both. So just depending on how much or how little water you put in, you're able to change colors pretty well. So now I think my plan is just to sort of make a rainbow of color. And when I am doing watercolors, you don't want to fully touch your colors together, so I left a little bit of white space in between. Um, just because when I do the final part where I put more water on, they will bleed together a little bit more, and you don't want it all to become one big um, brown blob. So just leave a little bit of white, and so this is like a little bit darker than I want it, so I'll just stick it back in the water and go over it again and sort of help it spread out a little bit more and lighten it up. Like so. I'll let my oranges touch since they're like colors. A couple of other things to know when you're using watercolors. You want to make sure that each time you're changing your color that you clean out your brush, because if you stick your orange and your green on your palette, the color is going to mix together and start making like a brownish color again. So you just want to make sure that you're keeping each color in your palette as clean as you can. And then another thing is when you are using watercolors, you want to make sure that you're putting like colors near each other, because when you do sort of meld them together, they'll flow a lot better, and it's less likely that they'll turn like a murky brown or a blackish color. So yeah, so you just paint, doop doop doop. And another thing when it comes to like murals, you can always just sort of purple, put like your base down, and then before you do the water bit that I'm gonna show you, if you want to add like more color in somewhere, you're able to just like go back in and go over, or put a little bit more water on it to spread it out a little more. So yeah, does anybody know what kind of thing that they're gonna paint? Are they gonna do like a specific picture? Are you guys gonna do a little mural? I always like to know what ideas pop into people's heads when they're painting, because I've always sort of just started and then seen wherever it takes me. I never fully have a set plan when I paint, and I think that's totally okay, because sometimes inspiration just hits you after you've already started. Move on to some green. Nice and some green over here. I hum to myself a lot when I paint, so if you hear that in the background, I hope you enjoy it. When you guys paint, do you find yourself doing anything like that, like humming to yourself, or singing or anything? I don't know. I do weird things when I paint. I like this light blue. Have any of you ever used salt on your watercolors before? Super cool. You want to make sure that when you do use it, your painting is wet. So like this side is drying a little bit over here. So I'm gonna go back to it and add a little bit more color, make this a little darker. This was red too. Just get some water on there. The reason that it's so good to use thicker paper when you're doing watercolors is because if you're using like really thin paper, it sort of breaks, and when it gets like super wet, it rips. And the thicker paper kind of helps for that not to happen. So, and then the other really good thing is if you ever do have to go back over it, you have like thicker paper, but the paint also is really easy to get wet again. So here's this, and to sort of show you what I mean by like the wet on wet, I'm gonna make this a little darker. It's very pinky. I'm gonna take my bigger brush, and I've just knocked it against a couple of times, so there's still a lot of water in it, and I'm just gonna sort of squeeze over where I want my colors to sort of run together. And then if I ever need to like move it around, I'll just use my finger because it's drying up weird, which is why I've taped it down. So yeah, and then when it dries, they'll sort of all go together really well. So I'm gonna do, what do I want to do? Some green. I'll lift up and see if I have any questions real quick. So we've got some rainbows. Rainbows are always good. They're one of my most favorite things to paint because it's so colorful. And we'll come back down and sort of look at this. You also just want to make sure that each time before you start using your watercolors that you are adding more water to it, because they can dry out pretty quickly in a palette. So like that. So I need some more water. We'll go in, move it around a little. And you can sort of paint it out however you want. So sometimes I go in circles, sometimes I do long lines. It's really just however you want to spread your color the most. Maybe put some yellow over that right here. And once colors are dry, you can kind of paint over them and just sort of see where your painting takes you. I want some of my lighter orange right there over my green. All right. So then when you're done and you look at it and you see, okay, I want to add some more green here. Like this. Go over it a little. Ooh. A little bit more. Oh, that's blue. That's okay. Green and blue are next to each other on the color wheel, so it works. And I think I might want to add a little bit more purple. Maybe in the corners, right here. Like that. And then I'm going to take my big brush again and just start dropping it. You might have to move it around a bit if they're pretty dry already. You just want to make sure that you're only staying over the colors that you want sort of moved together. Make sure that it's wet again, because then I'm just gonna wring that out and sort of get this over here. And if your paper ever gets too wet, it's super, like a super easy fix. All you have to do is sort of dab it with a paper towel. So then, once you have it painted out sort of where you want it, and it's wet enough, you can take your salt. Oh dear. So you can take your salt, and again, you want to make sure that your paper is wet, and you're just going to take the salt and sort of sprinkle it. And you might not see it immediately, you're just going to see little pieces of salt on your painting. And you can use regular table salt or like coarse salt. And then what it does is it, when it dries, you'll see like how the salt interacts with the paint, and it leaves little, like a little pattern type thing where all of the salt sits and dries. So when your painting is drying, you sort of want to keep it in the spot that it is. So I'll probably keep mine taped to the table until it's nice and dry. But yeah, so those are watercolor paintings. They're really fun to do. You can do a whole bunch of different types of things with them. You don't have to put salt on them if you don't want to. And I can show a picture of mine when it's fully dry so that you can see what the salt does if you don't want to put salt on your painting just yet. But that's all I have for you today for watercolor paintings, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and please share your paintings when they're done. I'll post a picture of mine in the comments when it's nice and dry. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there are any questions or anything in the comments, I'll go through and I'll look at them. But I hope you guys have a really nice day, and I'll see you later. Bye!